Hola, es Julie de Aula Inglés Academy y hoy vamos a hablar de la primera tarea escrita en el Aptis Advanced Examen. Entonces, the first task in the written component of the Aptis Advanced exam is a social network chat. So in this task, you will be presented an interaction with a member of a made-up club or website online. You will receive different messages to which you need to respond to in 30 to 40 words each. The most important part here is that you use informal language. So first of all, what you should do is read the task carefully, make sure that you really understand the topic that you're supposed to discuss. And then the next thing you can do is try to find some vocabulary before you start writing the task. So you could make some notes of relevant words, keywords and expressions that may help you to formulate good responses to your task. It's really important that you include a very wide range of grammatical structures in this task, in your writing, so that you can show that you have a good grasp of the English language. So things you could do is include comparatives and superlatives to make your responses more lively and more authentic. Then it's also important that you don't just stick to the present tense. You should use a variety of tenses. So you could, for example, talk about your past experiences or your future expectations, just so that you can include different tenses in your task. Then you should also include a variety of punctuation. Make sure to ask questions or to use exclamation marks just to make your messages more authentic. But don't overdo it, because then it will make your writing seem a little bit chaotic. Then what is really common in spoken English is that people use a lot of tag questions and phrasal verbs. A phrasal verb is basically a verb plus an adjective, an adverb or a preposition. So like, for example, to take on or to sign up to something, those are examples of phrasal verbs. There are so many of these in the English language, and you should include them in your writing to sound as natural as possible. Tag questions are basically statements that you turn into a question by adding an interrogative formula at the end. So for example, if I say, "This is really interesting, isn't it?" That would be an example of a tag question. These are also really commonly used in spoken English, so if you include a few of those in your writing, it will make your writing seem more native as well. Then lastly, it's always important to link together your phrases by logical conjunctions. So link your sentences together logically so that it makes sense, but try to not use the very formal academic conjunctions like however, furthermore, nevertheless. Those are pretty much never used in spoken and informal language, so it will make your answers seem very strange and unnatural. So just stick to more basic and informal conjunctions in this case. Finally, it is really important to keep in mind that this task you will score high in this task if you manage to formulate your responses in a very authentic and natural way. So there are lots of expressions and words, ways of speaking and writing that you can practice and prepare for this task before the exam. And then if you keep all of these things in mind, you will do great in the exam and complete this task without any issues. Entonces, eso es todo por hoy. Muchas gracias y buena suerte.